GB Friday faxing. How you doing, Mojo? Depends. I'd have to find voice chat. I'm already in the right Discord server. Huh? How you doing, mate?
Ooh.
Oh my god. Can somebody clip that?
Hello.
We could use that as a follower alert or something. That one.
There you go. There's a better one.
There you go. Somebody can clip it, right? Actually, speaking of clips, I have... I finally heard... Finally got a copy of these. You won't hear them. No, you won't hear them. You'll have to turn on stream. That one and that one.
A new groundbreaker emerges. Welcome.
Thanks for following Groundbreaker. It's good to see you.
A new...
There you go. I got both those. You don't allow clipping? What?
One job.
Exclamation clip is not the command. I don't allow clipping. When the fuck did that get turned off?
Oh, exclamation mark clip is bot specific.
Oh, there you go.
That's not a real thing.
Thank you, Stone.
Press the clip button.
Thank you, Stone. This one, however, edit yourself. That one.
Also, what were those sounds from?
That one.
There you go. There's a better one.
There you go. Somebody can clip it, right? Yeah, that I can probably just pull out. What sounds of what?
What were those from? They sound familiar, but I can't remember.
They are the two voices from. They are the green cube and the orange cube from Tectonica.
Oh.
So I finally got the audio files, so I can set them as follower alerts.
Okay.
King of clips, sure. Us TV show.
With the paperclip.
As long as the paper clips don't start self-replicating, it leads to, well, this mess.
More paperclips.
Also, Home Improvement TV shows. Home Improvement was great show. I loved Home Improvement.
Oh, the denominator.
I loved Home Improvement. Home Improvement was hilarious. I'm able to watch the stream as the website is being released. I'm just making the stream frustrating. Not a problem, noob. Sorry, Twitch is being Twitch. Tomorrow will be Helldivers and Cosmeteer multiplayer. Do you own Cosmeteer?
It's funny you say that. Yesterday? No, the day before, actually.
I bought it.
I put the stream on. Put my stream on, would you believe? And then it kept saying it was it was unstable and wasn't working. Apparently it was fine.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I have that all the time. Twitch says mine's unstable right now because I'm doing 6K bitrate, so the 6 megabits, but then audio's on top of that.
It says it's too high.
Well, Twitch is unhappy because it's 5,985.38 kilobits per second. I'm like, okay, Twitch.
Yeah. Stream it like it's 2014.
And according to OBS, I'm outputting 6.3. So Twitch is just losing 400 kilobits somewhere along the line.
Yeah, just a little bit of attrition. It's possible it's only counting video, not audio too.
No, because Twitch...
OBS is counting.
Twitch used to complain because I went over 6K. Because it was 128. Because it was both audio and video. Nope! Congratulations on winning King of the Hill with the Combat Wombat. Hey, like the Dark Fog update, do you think they need to change anything with the combat gameplay? Yeah, I really desperately... hi, Super Tux. I really desperately need, or want to, really hope it's in the next update. In fact, actually, the next Dyson Sphere video, I was doing combat, had a small rant. Really want to be able to match orbits with something. That's super important. Phobias. That's really annoying. The fact that I can't, you know, maintain a distance from a hive. And the GUI. The GUI is the only other thing. Like, if you bring up combat, you got to press tab to get hold of your mouse. Hey, Tarks! Welcome back for 21 months. And yes, I didn't think Super Tux did Biter Battles, but he's done a lot of multiplayer speedruns. Like, a lot. Like, I think if there's ever been a multiplayer speedrun, he's made sure his name's on that list. How you doing, Tux? That, the GUI, they're really the only two things. I want to, when I go into combat mode, not get disturbed. I don't care if research finishes. Don't pop it up in the middle of my screen when I'm trying to shoot. That's a little bit annoying. And having to press tab to get your mouse to change filters, to actually have a mouse pointer back. Doesn't apply so much when you're on a planet, but definitely when you're in space. Von Wolfa! Thank you for the Prime as well. Gotta follow Anna Prime one day. I'm doing well. So, the farm is farming. The level 55 hives are still level 55. Which is unfortunate. Snow,
What was the point of this escapade?
The escapade? Which escapade?
The battling on this planet.
I needed a farm. So I set up a farm. And the farm worked well.
Okay.
Until
farming.
Somebody landed here. And here. And here. And here. And that was a little bit rude. And then the farm didn't do so well.
And now the farm is a giant fortress.
Well, the farm was always a giant fortress.
Oh, it's even more of a fortress now, is it?
It's more of a fortress because I'm standing in the middle of it. We can do that research. We can do that research. Do that research. I'm pretty much killing time. But yeah, it's more of a fortress because I'm staying in the middle of it. Also, I've done a lot of upgrades. So like, I do have some on me. My artillery shells hit for the base damage of 220 with a bonus damage now of 484. The plasma antimatter capsules that I've got on me hit for a base damage of 1500, which is basically a one-shot, one kill, except they're leveled up at 55 now, so they have a few extra hit points than normal. But that's okay, because I have a bonus damage of 2700. My fighters have a base damage of 20 with a bonus damage of now 180 with 3 shots per second. And normal hit points are 240 with a bonus hit points of 580. Yep. Johnny Black Red, yeah, we had a few problems. And no, we haven't reached level 100 yet. I have no idea how long it's going to take to level them up. Where's an active base? This active base. Get out of my way. No, that's a ranger. I don't care about that one. Planetary base.
Very foggy.
You have 1.8 million experience and you need 4.677 experience, million experience to get to level 56. You're out, Snowstar? No problem, mate.
So that's gonna, basically what you're saying is that's going to take a while.
Potentially. But like, I'm doing 120 science per second. So, research. Entire cluster. 150,000 hashes per second. This one is 115 million hashes. So they don't, like, this research is It has 50,000 packs to go, and it's going to be done in 5 minutes. Can you trigger some extra attacks for the experience? Not really. Can you increase the Dark Fog XP gain? I already have. It's already at 1,500%. Can I bump that to ridiculous numbers? Yes. But I'm already on a difficulty factor of 125. So we'll see. We'll see. Maybe that'll be the next course of action. Be like, okay, well, you know, scale. The problem is they're going to end up scaling too quickly because, like, the signal towers, which is what they're shooting, have base hit points of 3,000. I've added another 2,000 on top of it, so they got 5,000 hit points now. But they'll come in and attack, and you'll see some of these towers get down to 2/3 health. Okay, they sucked at that time because I'm standing there. So yes, but at level 100, I honestly think they will steamroll through me and this whole base without an issue. Australians are probably way worse. We need to practice. Ships, don't go away. Just stay out all the time. I have the power. It'll be fine. Yeah. So, Mojo, have you read the Friday Facts?
Yes, I have.
Do you feel like there's bits missing?
It feels like it was a little bit sparse.
I feel like, you know, like we ran wires along the power lines, and then I just went and attached them to radars. There was no. This was a problem. This was frustrating. This was my fix.
Feels like it's missing, like it's leading into an obvious interstellar
Oh, it is. It totally is.
Circuit network system.
Oh, it totally is. But we already called that.
We know it's coming. It's in the other one, the other spacey mod.
Helldivers is tomorrow. And Cosmoteer multiplayer. Which is why I asked, does Mojo own Cosmoteer?
Which one's that?
It's the one where you build a spaceship. Rimworld-esque sort of style. Build modular spaceships.
Not to be confused with that other building modular spaceship game.
I know, yeah.
And that other modular
Yeah, I know.
And that modular spaceship game with the grappling hook mechanic.
Okay, alright, fine. Mojo, it was the game that was in development for like 5 years by the one dev, okay? And then it didn't do so well, and then he added a campaign and multiplayer and all sorts of things to it, and then released it on Steam as the new and improved version, and it took off overnight 3 years ago. Does that help?
How did I not even notice that one? I don't know.
Oni, you don't really build modular spaceships in Oni. It's been a while since we had...
Well, you build them on well, I was going to say planet side, but it's not really planet side. It's asteroid side.
Asteroid
and
side.
farm side.
Been a while since we had a short Friday Facts, but it's partly because we've had some very dense Friday Facts for a while, so we need a lighter one. No. Starfield? Oh my god. Chat, you're not helping. That other spaceship game. Don't forget the other modular spaceship building game. Cosmos here stuck up on me too. Space Engineers. God, chat.
Empyrean Galactican.
Yes, Jill.
That other stupid one that I paid money for and it turned out to be a massive pain in the ass.
What, chat? No, thank you.
Starbase, I think it was called.
You're off?
Yeah, my dog's really annoying.
Yes.
Because yeah, that's a good mechanic for a game, is making you spend 9 hours just going back and forth, collecting materials, piecemeal.
The dog, yeah. It's a puppy. He must go for a walk every day. If he goes for a walk every day, he's generally a little bit calmer. It is so much effort, but you were the one who wanted a puppy. Okay. Child sorted. Puppy sorted. Still no fucking relays.
The other thing with Starbase is, as soon as you wanted to get more than the starter materials, all the beta players just camped the fringe of um, the starter zone out into the PvP zone. So as soon as you leave the starter zone, you're screwed.
Oh, Stardeus. Yeah, Stardeus is another one. That's another build a modular spaceship. And that's a really good game. That's RimWorld either before you land or after you land. No.
I mean, in concept, it is actually a good game, but in practice, it's too much of a grind. It's like you can I think I spent like 40 hours and I didn't have anything to show for it. Just collected a few resources.
Starbase. Was Starbase the robot one where you built a spaceship?
Yeah, it's a
that you were
robot one.
Yeah,
And
okay.
it's the massive multiplayer one, and it has all the different star bases, and it's building the ships and all the complexity.
And they had lots of plans, and then the devs ran out of money, and
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah.
And this was already a relaunch of another project that they were already working on previously.
I never heard of this one. CNC Renegade just released to Steam March 7. It hadn't been released to Steam March 7. It had been released 20 years ago plus.
Oh, like 99 or something.
I had to play it
though.
on my brother's computer because I didn't have a dedicated graphics card that would run it. Yeah. Renegade is fun. If you're gonna buy a Command & Conquer Renegade, EA just released the Grand Command & Conquer pack, which also included a bunch of community updates. Renegade is the first-person shooter. Oh, is it? Okay, I didn't play that one.
Yeah, Renegade is the FPS Command and Conquer.
Oh, yeah, didn't play that one. But yeah, EA just released all of Command & Conquer. So it's not 20 years ago. Really?
Yeah, as I told you, it was like 99 or 98. I think it might be even older than that.
Ah.
I think it's pre-Half-Life. I vaguely remember it being fairly averagely received in its time too.
But not that remastered, that's still separate. Match a bunch of other games with modular rockets. What Jetty was thinking about the match a bunch of other games with modular rockets. Modular rockets, it was Stardeus, I didn't think of Stardeus. Cyrus!
That needs dedicated graphics.
Stardeus, what? Huh? Huh? Okay, Cyrus.
Command & Conquer Remastered Collection that needs dedicated graphics. You can't use it on integrated.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow, okay. So Cyrus, welcome back for 22 months. Yes, I still have desktop capture up because we're about to do a Friday Facts. I just found a relay that's on its way to the planet, so I want to make sure it actually arrives to the planet and survives. And hopefully taps into somewhere that's not going to piss me off. And then we're going to do a Friday Facts. And then these bases are leveling up so slowly, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know. But yeah, Stardeus, great game. I really enjoyed that one. It has so many updates since I last played. And what's the name of the dev? Oh, nope, can't remember. Yes, he does stream on Twitch all the time.
Something to be aware of that I'm seeing from all of these Command & Conquer collections is it looks like it needs EA Play to actually run, even though it's on Steam.
Oh, okay, cool.
Except for the remastered collection.
When you love CNC so much,
wrong,
you
though.
download the Factorio mod to put Tiberian in the game. I did that on a map, and then Tiberian grows, and we were running it with Dangerous, which already has the whole map covered in resources. It was bad. Bad things happened. Bad things happen.
Did Dangerous insta-kill you, or is it damage over time?
Now, the Floor is Lava mod, Floor is Lava as part of that, is damage over time. Although the damage gets worse the thicker the ore is.
The deeper you are.
CNC Steam releases don't need EA Play running. Oh, there you go.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah,
as I was scrolling through them, each one said that it needed a third-party ULA agreement for EA Play. So my assumption is that it needs EA Play to agree to it.
A lot of that sometimes is laziness.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like, who was it?
But if it doesn't need to load it up, then that's good.
Who was it that they lost the source code or whatever to their they wanted to release the game on Steam, but it was old and required a CD, so they went and downloaded a pirate version from the internet and then put that in Steam.
Rockstar's done that a few times.
Yeah, it was Rockstar. There you go. Yeah. What are we talking about? We're talking about CNC Generals and CNC and Steam and this relay landing on my planet.
Renegade, not Generals. No one talks about Generals.
I think Generals is the last one I played.
That was the one where you send your ore trucks to mine, or your transport trucks to mine resource sites.
Was it the one where one of the factions was like, all this stuff was made up of scrap?
Yeah, kinda. It was effectively the surrogate Afghani insurgent type army.
Yeah, that was
the style at the time.
That was the last one I played.
I forget what they were called.
GLA were Taliban. Yep. GLA. Yep.
That's the one. GLA. Yeah, they were literally the Taliban.
Yep.
Because it was peak Taliban era.
Yep. So that's the last one I played. I played all the classics when they came out, every single one of them, and I don't know how many hours. Let's not count hours. I was a child. I was a teenager. I had plenty of hours to spare. But yes. Okay, come on, relay. And you're gonna land. That looks good. Yeah, I like that landing. You should definitely make this base your own. Base number 1. Oh, aren't you special? Base number 1 in operation. Let's go.
Oh yeah. Final Fantasy VII didn't have the source anymore. Which is kind of impressive. How the hell do you even manage that?
I don't know. So I require a third-party app to run. I have a couple in my library, but don't play them anymore because of it. No one talks about Tiberian and Twilight. Okay.
Just getting into Red Alert 3 territory.
Main thing is the lost code meant that we're not able to interoperate the code into Homeworld Remastered as a result. Final Fantasy VII, the big one that didn't have source. That one GDO mission begins to cry. Everyone had one level that they hated. Actually, no, I didn't in Command & Conquer. Command & Conquer, I didn't have any unbeatable missions. The game that I remember that had unbeatable missions, and it played me for the whole time I was playing it, was the game Z, or Z, depending on where in the world you live, but Z or Z. It was an RTS with robots, cartoony style, was really nice. It was the first game that had round ranges rather than something based on squares or hexes. So it was a lot more realistic when it came to ranging, but every second level seemed to be designed by a different dev. And there seemed to be 2 devs. So level 1 would be easy, level 2 would be very hard. Level 3 would be easier than level 2, which is fine. Level 4 is very hard. Level 5 is easy. And then I got to like level 19 out of the 20 level campaign, and it was fucking impossible to beat. I finally beat it. I walked through level 20 on the first go. Just boom, done. Yeah. Red Alert 3 was the best. There was 3 of them.
Yeah, there was a Red Alert 3.
Okay.
It was alright. It's just it's probably just, it was more of a me thing than anything else, but it was like this hyperactive autistic campaign. Like, it was stupid. Fast for me.
Red Alert Command and Conquer was sort of the end of the era of games that had that had campaigns designed for first play for a single player. And that was sort of the problem. That's sort of when I stopped playing RTS. Well, that and no good RTSs came out. From there on, a lot of things were multiplayer. I think Planetary Annihilation released without a campaign. Supreme Commander, I think, had a campaign. And Supreme Commander 2 had a horrible attempt at sort of like a campaign-ish thing. Yeah. Yeah, because we had network at the house and we could play multiplayer, but you only play multiplayer if somebody else was available. Like in Australia, playing online was not a thing at all. Not for years. So, yeah.
You had to buy usually had to buy into a particular service.
You could sometimes, some games had local servers, like Australia-based servers, but not that many.
Yeah, or not in the public. There were like what was effectively an ISP that was basically just game servers.
Oh, there were a couple. There were a couple of ISPs that would have their own game servers. All right.
No, this was an actual network that you would dial into, and it was just game servers.
Oh, okay.
So you would have to pay for that on top of your regular internet connection.
Oh, okay. Okay. No, well, I did encounter a number of ISPs that had their own game servers, but you could only access them if you're on their ISP network.
Oh yeah, that came later. But yeah.
I don't understand service costs money, right? But it meant that if you're on a different ISP to your friend, you suddenly can't play together.
Or you'd have to do direct dial or one of those kinds of things.
Oh, not all games supported it. Not over the internet. And then you had service like Kamachi, I think it was called, which let you make a VPN. Yeah, Kamachi. Yeah, let you make a VPN local network.
Yeah, I used to do that a lot.
Null modem cables. You mean a crossover cable between two PCs?
A null modem cable.
Yep.
It simulates a modem.
Oh, okay. I use that as well. What great?
Ports together.
Yes, Supreme Commander, Supreme Commander for Malaysia had campaigns. What is Supreme Commander 2 you're talking about? No such game exists to fight what you might find on the internet. Okay. Supreme Commander and Supreme Commander Forged Alliance, aka Supreme Commander 2. But Nagred! Grab bar. Beyond all reason. It's free. It's very much Supreme Commander, but better. And free. And I wish I had time to play it. Did I mention it was free? And open source. And free. And surprisingly, it's doing very well. Also, highly recommend Planetary Annihilation. I actually have a few null modem cables. I don't even remember them. I probably had them. I probably played with them. I probably installed them. I don't remember them.
That was how you linked two PCs together before networking was really a thing.
So a crossover cable.
Yeah, that's typically a crossover cable is an RJ45 with an A to B connection.
Yes.
A to B termination. So a null modem cable connects the two serial ports together. So you plug port into one end, one computer, and then you go through the cable and it plugs into the other end.
Oh god, I forgot about those entirely. Okay, yeah. Null mode is just crossover TX RX, not TX TX. It's like a patch cable. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it crosses over the transmits and receive because of the whole DCE DTE thing. You've got a lot of telecoms and their mouthful abbreviations.
Yeah. I made quite a few of those null modem cables. I hate making cables. All right.
You would hate my job.
Why? How many cables do you have to make up?
It involves making a lot of cables.
See, if you do it regularly, it's not so bad. The problem is I don't do it regularly. And that's when it gets really annoying.
Funny side story to that is that for a charger that I made for a giant like 135 hour, it's like 130 or 150 amp hour battery, and I can't be bothered changing the cable. I got the roller cable there to do it, but it's still using this really thin wire that I originally made it with, and so every now and then when it's running, I just have to check on the cables, make sure they don't catch fire, because I just can't be bothered making the thicker cable.
Bad mojo. Bad mojo. Bad mojo. Bad mojo. Bad mojo. Use all the gauge you can when you start. Now, I don't mind making cables. No, actually, I hate it. I hate it all the time. Only because I don't do it often. Had to use them for external dial-up modems. Yeah. RJ11 or 12? Shit, I don't even remember the difference. Hang on, RJ11 is 2 wires, 12 is 4 wires. Right?
11 is 4 wires, 12 is 6.
Okay.
RJ10 is 2, I think.
Okay.
I should know this because I had to look it up recently. Because I had to order a whole bunch of different connectors.
My 4 wire then. My old car, okay, had wind up windows. Okay. The internal mechanism was gone on the wind up window after 25 years, surprisingly. So it was on the list to get a replacement door eventually. And then of course you got to do a rego check every year. And then finally, after I had this window that, it wound up mostly. Well, it wound up fine and it wound down fine. Just moving it from the down position to the up position required some convincing. The place I've been taking the car to for I don't know how long, like 10 years, failed the window finally. So I was forced to go buy a new mechanism or a new door. Probably a new door because it's going to be quicker and easier. Went to go buy a new door. I totaled that one. They didn't have, nobody had an old door with wind-up mechanisms because the car was so old. Okay, not a single wrecker within 150 Ks of where I lived had one of these doors in any color. I didn't care. As long as the door went on the car and shut, I was sold. So I ended up getting a power door. And then my car was never wired from the factory with powered doors, powered windows. So I had to wire that into the main bus of the car, which was fine. I just had to get the wiring circuit diagram, which is not really published by the car manufacturers, and then work out exactly which wire's which, because car harnesses, if anybody's ever played with them, are definitely simple, and definitely everything's well labeled. And then find somewhere I can steal 20 amps, 30 amps. Power windows use a lot of ampage. I think it's 30 amps.
Whoever would have guessed? It's like power. Everything in a car uses a lot of power, a lot of amps.
Yeah. RJ11 is 6-pin, 2 connector. RJ12 is 6-pin, 6 connector. RJ13 is 6-pin, 4 connector. Oh, wow. Koala, yep.
So usually you don't refer to the specific sub RJs. It's because there's like 3 or 4 different sizes.
It's just RJ12 or RJ45. Like anything else, who cares?
RJ50 for the win.
Circular saw is 13 to 15 amps at most. Mine's 1.5 horsepower, which is going to be 1 amp. 2 amps. 2
What are you
amp.
talking about a horsepower for?
Because that's what they write on them.
Oh.
And you got to convert horsepower, and it's 1 horsepower, 750 watts. So
46.
what?
1 horsepower, 746 watts.
Okay, so 750.
Straight back to 750.
And then convert that across to amps, and then therefore. But then we got 240 volts. So yeah. Currently rewiring my 84 Nissan Gazelle. It's a headache and a half. Push it off a cliff. Cars are 24 volts, so 10 amp is only 240 watts. Are they 24 volt? It's got 12 volt battery.
Usually 12 volt.
It's got 12 volt battery.
Your trucks are 24 volt normally.
Trucks are 24, yeah.
The car market is moving towards 24 volt, but it's...
Same as 24,
Yeah.
12 volt mostly. Yeah. 12 volt is what the batteries in there is and what all the breakers are. So, yeah. Also, it was a car from the 80s. Or if upper market, they can be 48 volts. Yeah. More voltage, better.
They've been trying to get to 48 and 60 volt for a while. They've been talking about it for over 10 years, but it's never really gained any momentum.
Oh, with electric cars coming through now, I can see, yep, cars are 6 or 12, depending. Our truck uses 48. Yeah, all depends.
6 volt cars is like pre-60s. Well, getting into the 60s, but it was phased out in the 60s.
Yeah, sorry, 12 volt. I don't own a car. I only use car batteries for stuff, thus 24 volt. I worked on 6 volt cars. Wow. But it's a wrecker. Yeah, but yeah. Just they're wrecker cars. Just 6 volt is more modest motorcycle in the older days. Even motorcycles have gone up to 12 volt now.
Oh, yeah, old motorcycles are 6 volt.
How long are the Friday facts?
10 minutes.
That's it.
This is not much to it.
That's it. Like, I feel like this bit's missing. I feel like there's bits missing.
You could figure out what's missing.
Between this sentence and this sentence, there is like, Kovacs found it frustrating. He found that the blueprints didn't line up. He found that wires were missing. Right? He got frustrated because they tried to use it and they found out the system didn't work because people weren't paying attention, didn't use the proper blueprints, blah, 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 blah. So Kovacs sat down one Sunday afternoon and just wired up so radars could then transmit circuit network. Insert SpongeBob 1 hour later. Yep.
Pretty much.
Kovacs wanted to build something in a way he could understand it by spreading it out. And then Kovacs got frustrated that he wanted to make it all tidy and neat and put it all nice and close together, and he couldn't. And he didn't want to rewire things. So he decided to go and improve the code so he could cut and paste things with the wire connections.
Which is actually a useful feature.
Oh,
it's really a case of he was finally forced to do something that we've always had to put up with, and then the revelation hits. Oh, this is actually inconvenient.
Yep, and don't get me wrong, like, yes, it is inconvenient. It's a pain in the ass. It's a great feature, okay, but until you have the dev playing the game and getting those frustrations themselves, and they have the ability to do something about it rather than play WoW Classic. Yeah. And then what? Keep it simple. So there's just a single radio channel for each surface, still separated. Don't have to configure anything. Just connect the wire, and you go. Radar loses power, so connection severed. No. You are not limited on range. I imagine this is surface wide.
It is surface wide.
And then this is what I expect. Like, I expect like this. Like, I was sitting saying, you know, Factorio, lots of people complained previously, mods pushed the number more than one tick per craft, and he didn't want to fix it. He never had to fix it, so he wasn't going to fix it. It was not a base game problem, and that was until, well, the base game made it a problem. At which point, he had to fix it.
I mean, it's been standard policy to do that for the most part.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's a perfectly legitimate policy to have, right? That you don't need to fix it because it doesn't need to be fixed because it's not something the base game is designed to handle. Bad luck. Until the base game now suddenly has to handle it. And voila, it fixed. Only the limit on how fast you craft things, there are how many ingredients in the machine, how much space available for the output slots. So you cannot fill the output slots completely more than once per tick. Yeah. As long as he did not copy the mods code, he probably, I guarantee you he didn't copy the mods code. What he might have done is he might have looked at the mods code to see how the mod did it, and then gone and...
Which mod?
The one to move wires.
Oh, pickers.
I have no idea. Some mod does it. I know some mod does it.
Picker Dollies does it. There's a few others, I think. But Picker Dollies does a lot of other stuff anyway.
But he might have looked at the mod's code to see how the mod did it, and then gone, okay, well now I know how. Say that name again. Picker Dollies. Is there a nudge mod that does it as well? I think that's Picker Dollies.
Yeah, that's Picker Dollies, which gives you the arrow keys to nudge buildings around. It's very useful for circuit network construction because you build what I do. I use pickers to build it in the expanded form and then just nudge it down into a compact build.
What is your problem, Sea Turtle? Are we pronouncing asphalt again wrong?
Like a boss.
Call of Duty Monster, welcome back for 42. Can't wait for the update. I can't wait for the update either. We don't have loans. Oh, sorry, we're talking about the other game, are we? The guy with a koala PFP makes it sound like something else. Asphalt? Asphalt. You're not referring to loans and ore sorting in captive industry? And paving in captive industry? And decals?
Paving.
And new trees? And new fire effects?
Picker Dollies? Or Dicker Pollies?
You leave Polly the parrot alone. Reconnect cut wires comes to mind. Gonna have to delete most of my default mod choices. Yes. Asphalt. We're blaming Countdown Sun. Gotcha. Yep. It's how it's pronounced in Australia. It's asphalt. Okay, it's just how it is.
Ash fault.
Yep.
Take the word ash and the word fault.
Is deck a Polly? No, you take the Steam Deck and you whack it across Polly the parrot. How you doing, Bellinor? So Capital Industry update is, what is it? 4th of April. Ash did nothing wrong. Ash did everything wrong. And we don't fault you for being wrong. My name's not Ash. Did I miss the FFF? No, you missed the preamble.
We've got another hour of preamble to go.
It's Ash's fault. Evil Dead are back. Ash runs the computer and hides. Tarmac. No, it's not Tarmac. It's Asphalt. Americans love ours. Asphalt. What if you blink and you miss it? Pretty much. It's a short one. All right. You ready? I'm not.
I mean, am I ever ready? But I persist anyway. I can't even see anything useful to add on Reddit.
Bright Guy! After I change the overlays, of course. Oh, it's
Naturally.
broken. It's broken. Hang on. Let's see if I can get it to work. Docs, give me back. Streamlabs. Oh, come on. Oh, it's doing anything. Oh, there we go. Call of Duty Monster.
Like a boss.
There you go, like a boss! No. Let's Call of Duty Monster. Where's Bry Guy? It's not even on the list. Bry Guy, thank you for the Prime. Oh. Have you played with Twitch alerts?
Oh, their own thing? No, not really.
Okay. Because I'm wondering if I can turn them off. I'm wondering if I can turn them off. I don't know if they happen on Twitch's end or my end. I didn't make the cut. It hasn't showed up in Streamlabs. So I can't hit the play again button.
So they have like, I might actually investigate it at some point.
Oh, well, my plan was between now and Captain Mystery coming out to... Oh, and now I have to log in. Fuck you. Captain Mystery coming out was rebuilding OBS because I'm sick of different parts crashing. No, it is not showing up in Streamlabs at all. I also want to replace Streamlabs. Streamlabs is partnering with Throne. Ah. Does that mean you bought Throne? %10 off gifts for 5 days plus fast tracked for their partner program. Oh, Throne's also got a partner program. Okay, cool. Cool. Does chat want to buy me things? Didn't think so.
Chat want to buy me things?
Didn't think so. That's why I didn't set up Throne ever. How much? You can literally put anything on Throne. What do you want? I can do with a hard drive that works. I could do with pulling out the existing hard drive and setting off the to Western Digital. Yeah, Western Digital. Are you streaming? No, Mojo's not streaming.
Not right now.
What is Mojo's Steam Spring Sale recommendations?
Ooh.
I didn't have any. Where is Throne Link? I don't have a Throne Link. I never bothered. I made an account, which is normal with every new thing that pops up. I make an account, and that's as far as I got. I'm like, do I really want to list like candy and other random stuff on Amazon as things that you could optionally buy me? No, because I make a decision about something. I just go out and buy it. Picked up Learning Factory. Belting Cats as we speak. Learning Factory's good.
I still haven't played that.
Learning Factory's good. And the dev team just released Craft-O-Mation 101. I think that's what it's called. That's good too.
Apparently I clicked on the cat and the banner changed. On Steam, on the store page.
Okay.
I don't know if I found something or if it was meant to happen or if it does it itself or what. Or if I don't know.
Did you break something? You clicked on the cat and the cat moved.
Yeah. See, it changed.
Reload. Oh, now it's permanently changed. You broke it, Mojo.
There you go. There's my recommendation. Click the cat.
Click the cat.
Now, how do I see...
Can I click a different cat? There's a different cat. No. Click the cat.
Nah, try clicking on the other cats.
You scroll down, and players like you love, and then discover more with the interactive recommender, which recommended me older games, and then when I slid the bar up to newer games, recommended me things like Starfield. Like I would play Starfield.
So what's new in the last 6 months that's recommended? Top of the list is Dungeons 4, apparently.
That's third on my list.
Deep Rock Galactic Survivor.
Oh, that's good. I recommend that one. That's a lot of fun, actually.
That's the 2D one, isn't it?
That
Yeah,
is the
that's one that's
top-down
coming out.
shooter
Yeah.
one. Yeah, auto shooter one. Dungeon 4. Dungeon, not Dungeon 4. Dungeons 4.
Dungans.
Yep.
Dungions. Norp Apogee?
Okay.
Apogog? Applegog?
Okay.
Apolog?
Okay.
Micro Civilization?
That's a good one.
Mining Mechs?
How
that
you doing, Fallen Angel?
It's only $3. You can't go wrong with that. SteamWorld Build?
That's a good one as well. It's got like...
Railgrade?
Railgrade's a good one as well.
See, I don't like that sort of puzzler type rail game.
It was most of the puzzles were, to start off with, they're super short and super simple, which means you can just do a level and then move on or not. And just call it for the day or do a couple of them back to back. And they got a lot more complicated. We're using multiple different locos to get enough power or enough this, something like that. But yeah, Dune Spice Balls is not on my list. Oh.
Idling Gears?
No.
Chillquarium? I wouldn't recommend either of those. Maybe if they were like 50% off or more with those sorts of idle games.
Haven Dock's here. Haven Dock.
Which?
Haven Dock was good. Infection Free Zone is a free to play still. It's not out yet.
I'm blaming Clowntown for this one. For this this one popping up. It says, Wedding Witch. Here is a witch who wants nothing
Like a
but to
boss.
marry you. She decides to seek potions from a certain succubus in order to charm you, but labyrinthian forest filled with devil strands in a way should be able to find the potions. What?
Okay.
Yeah. As I say, I'm blaming Clowntown on that one.
Okay. Fallen Angel. Welcome back for 30 months. Good job and keep up wonderful YouTube vids. Thank you so much. No problem. No problem. Dyson Sphere is coming to an end, and then I have a blank period with just works and resources so far. And then we have Capital Industry starting in 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Roughly. Maybe sooner. But we'll talk about that later. When I actually read my DMs. But not before that. Capital Industry on sale? I doubt it. I actually don't know if they've ever done any sales.
I think they have.
I know they have charts, no? Price history. So they have done sales. Yeah, they've done 20% off. Actually, it's on sale right now. 10% off.
Oh, there you go.
So they've done sales. They did one during Next Fest where they partnered with another game. I think it was Tectonica. Maybe. And they did one at Christmas, it turns out. Technically, this
So
is
the
their
factory is 45% off.
Technically, this is their worst sale at just 10% off.
10% is pretty terrible.
You know, they've done 20 previously, and a 15, and a 15, and a 12, and a 20, and a 12. Tectonica is good. Works of resource so far. Do you enjoy your playthrough? Yes. Do I recommend you play on realistic mode? No. I really recommend you play where you could just build things with rubles. You could choose not to build things with rubles and save yourself a lot of rubles. Tectonica's had 1 new content update, 2 new content updates since I last played on YouTube. And then they've also had the latest update drop more content with vertical belts and more customization for belts and a whole lot of things.
Civilization 6 is 90% off. You can't go wrong with that.
You can. It's Civ 6. It's like Civ 4 and Civ 5 and Civ 5.5 and yeah.
And all the DLC that comes with it.
Yeah.
I don't remember if this one needed a separate launcher as well.
Yeah, I don't have that many games I can recommend. Dead set. My Steam profile is public. If you're interested in a game, just look at my Steam list and see how many hours I've played of a game. All right? And if it's up there in hours, chances are I can recommend it.
Oh, that's right. It's the ULA was changed to like we collect everything.
Mojo, Cosmeteer. Do you have Cosmeteer? Cosmeteer's on sale, 20% off. Like, playing that multiplayer tomorrow.
Oh, is that the shipbuildy one?
That's the shipbuildy one. Yeah. Buildy ship one. That's had like 5 updates.
Build a ship and then go shooty shoot.
Yeah. Space combat. With modular ships that you can build yourself. Yep.
And then it's just build the ship, go combat, build ship, go combat.
Build ship, go combat, mine resources if you want, complete quests, get more reputation, which leads to more crew, because crew is the bottleneck. Not resources. Crew. Crew numbers are 100% the bottleneck.
And get more crew resource.
Yep.
Automation Empire.
Yeah, well, that's what I was talking about earlier, where the dev got screwed over by the publisher.
Is that what happened?
Yep. Yeah, he made a long Reddit post, but I cannot find it for the life of me.
Because it always felt, I never bought it, but it seemed like it was very unfinished. It was like they published a beta.
He posted a long... Oh. No. He posted a long Reddit post. Into exactly what happened. And it's in Reddit / indie games or Reddit / indie devs or something. Yeah. And I cannot find it. But it was really, really insightful into what happens behind the scenes. And what the publisher did to screw over the dev. I want the crust. The crust's on Kickstarter now. It's on Kickstarter right now. No. No, I can't find it. Nope. Crust everyone's great. Eyes doing calling a night. No problem, mate. Good night. Photo facts will be posted when you get up. Not, there's a lot to them. Frostpunk 2, I really should play Frostpunk 1. Or at least watch Caledon's videos on it. Because he's done every DLC.
Frostpunk is it's not a city builder, it's a decision-making game.
It is a decision-making game. still alive.
And there's an argument that what was it called?
Ixion, which was both colony management, city builder inside a spaceship, and decision making, which I did really well at and I really enjoyed. What level is the highest up to? 55.
3, maybe?
What?
Is probably a better one. Victoria 3 is probably a better one.
Oh, okay.
I think it was that one.
Okay. No, I enjoyed Ixion because it had the right amount of logistics, not so much automation, but the logistics handling and everything else with the decision making as well. So I really enjoyed it. But we're going to add break. So, nope. I'm going to stand right here. Nope. There, north. There we go. There's Autonauts Pass! Autonauts is...
It's alright.
Autonauts did the same thing where they promised something, and they promised something in the Kickstarter with the Pirate, Autonauts vs. Pirate, whatever, expansion thing that was promised. And then they didn't deliver, and then delivered the Autonauts vs. Pirates thing as a separate game, where you had to buy the game again, when basically it was a DLC. Yep. The game is awesome as is. Scratch programming interface, automation, Automate uses a Scratch programming interface, automatic pass on that alone. And there's the ad break. There we go. All right, let me be back in one bio break. Play King of the Hill. Make me give away a key.
What's wrong with the programming interface in it? Oh, it's very much not started. Somehow JD's managed to do an hour of preamble? It's at least an hour of preamble now. But yeah, what was wrong with the programming interface in Autonauts? I mean, it was nice that it was a fairly straightforward... The only approachable way to solve that problem of having a programming interface in a game is really to make it a flowchart type thing. Like, it could be just a straight C# interpreter, but no one wants to do C#. Or Java. Oh, what was that? Hang on. There's a thing I saw recently. I've forgotten what that. It was a comic strip where it says where it was JavaScript, and it was a picture of this thing, which was, well, technically works. There was just this sort of Frankenstein's type monster, just all glued, stitched together.
We're talking about generally programming or my programming?
It was a comic strip where it summarized all the different programming languages into little single frame cartoons. I just can't remember what it was from.
XCD?
No, it wasn't.
Okay. JavaScript is the worst? No, Spin Zone is the worst! But it did take away King of the Hill with didgeridoo. What about how to build horse, Bojo? The one about how to build a horse? Build a horse? What? Desync has programming. Oh. Desync has programming in it. I didn't mind that.
Yeah, Desync is flow-based as well. It's just sort of same.
This is coming about programming language. It was about programming horse. Okay. Leftover salad. Python. My formatting is my syntax. Java. JavaScript.
JavaScript. I'm technically functional.
PHP. Can I get you guys anything? Haskell. Perl. C.
Haskell talking in monids.
Yeah. If you're not allocating memory, you're not living. If you're not allocating memory, you're not living. C#, I'm nothing like my father. Ruby.
With its companion rails.
Assembly. Erlang? I've never heard of Erlang.
It exists.
Okay, Elixir. From my processor chains. Okay, go. Okay. Rust.
Go was originally made by Google. It's sort of gaining momentum.
Oh, okay.
So was Rust.
Don't talk like what eating could choke and die. Okay. Fortran. I'm unparalleled in numerical scientific computation. Okay. MATLABs. Currently you want to research. Lua.
I feel like they are sort of maybe. I'm trying to think of the words. Pumping up MATLAB to a much higher state than it actually is.
Okay. Want to try some functional programming? Lua just seems to interact with other things. I wouldn't really call it a language. Every single time I've seen Lua, it's like scripting, and it tells other things what to do.
Objective C. It's just the most aggressively Apple person.
Okay. After 1 year of a game, my Starbase is still good. Oh, okay. Lisp dialects? Okay. Brain fuck? What?
A meme language.
Okay, cool.
It's entirely made up of symbols.
Oh, okay, cool.
People like to think they can do things with it, but it's really more of just a meme.
Okay. Yep. All right. Haskell's a good programming language. Erlang is bad. Still in use to my knowledge. Fortran. Greyhack is great if you're a Linux node. I kind of prefer Scratch to Desync Editor. The Desync Editor is it has enough functionality in there that somebody should be able to program something. The biggest problem you're going to have with the Desync program editor thingamajiggy bob is what it's probably been patched out by now. But what it should do on first release in early access, when you put in the programming, it didn't do it. So between what it said on screen and what it actually did in game, there was some miscommunication.
It was a bit detached.
Yeah. Where's the emoji programming language at the bottom? Emojicode.org. What's emojicode.org?
It's an emoji programming language.
Open source, full-blown programming language consists of emojis. Oh my god! Okay. Or Friday Facts. Let's go Friday Facts. Okay, can we go Friday Facts? Yep.
You should clip it as well.
Yeah.
I like how long it took for the penny to drop that, yes, it is actually a programming language made up of emojis.
It's
Do you
just...
know the thing that's really funny is that the 80s basic is effectively the same. In a contrived roundabout way, it is effectively the same thing. Because the basic statements are converted into tokens, which are single characters, single extended characters, which is effectively the same thing as an emoji.
Okay, you lost me.
In a contrived roundabout way.
Like, I did basic programming, but there was still text.
Oh yeah, there's still text. It's just internally it turns it into a single character.
Okay.
In the back end of the interpreter.
Okay. Is VBA still in use? Oh.
Does accounting still exist? And HR?
By the way, Bilbo, I see you here. The bot didn't post. The Discord Twitch streaming bot broken. Please apply foot. I see you use VBA in Microsoft. I'm never gonna learn that program. Never. I tried BASIC for years. I just never got it. I can hack stuff together. I can copy and paste. I can rip apart other people's code and squish something together that works functionally over time. But yeah, I can't program. Can't type something in from scratch and have something working at the end. I can find something that works and copy and paste the right parts out of it because I can read it, but I can't program it.
I mean, have you even... You don't know pain until you've done something in SQL. It's not that
That's the basic job of today's devs. I know it is. I know today's devs are a lot more copy-paste, like, how did somebody else write it? Great, that's what I need. Copy-paste.
Only Java. And maybe to an extent Python. Python does a lot of copy-pasting.
My daily job. Yeah.
I say that because both of them... Or realistically, it's any language with a package manager. Because, like, I say Java in particular because Node... it's all just pulling in external packages and gluing them together.
We're all script kiddies these days, yeah.
Similar with Python.
Just have an AI write it. The AI could write it, but then I can't understand it to know if it works. Linux is professional copy-paste. No, it's professional Google, then find the answer, then copy-paste.
I like the part where the chat stopped working for me. So I don't see any of these.
Oh, don't you? Cool.
No.
Cool. It broke it again.
Yeah.
No, it is JavaScript. You're welcome to Twitch. Oh, I tell you, I in theory get actual NBN fiber to the house later this year.
I'm pretty sure I did say that because of Node with JavaScript or something along those lines.
He did.
Yes, Node is the package manager.
Yep. So in theory...
Oh, there it is. Just all of the messages disappeared at once.
Oh, okay, cool. Could be
I didn't
Mojo.
actually try scrolling.
Could be Mojo.
I couldn't see it.
Could be Twitch. Could be either.
It's been a long, ongoing problem. It's Twitch. Sometimes lines just disappear entirely.
Could be Mojo. This is why I have chat twice.
Oh yeah, yeah. It doesn't always work though.
That's why I have chat twice, because there's a better chance that the lines actually show up.
I usually, or I don't do it as much anymore, but I used to have it 3 times, and I used to get 3 different results.
Awesome! Alright, with that factor out of the way, can we do the Friday Facts chat?
I mean, nothing's stopping you.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's mainly you, but, you know, chat's helping.
I'm helping.
Oh my god. One DSP still running in the background. G'day, mate, and welcome to Friday Facts number 402. Lightspeed Circuits, and I have my great circuity friend. How you doing, Mojo?
Hello. Is the sound working?
Sound is
This
working.
thing on?
It is. Is it going to work in the recording? I don't know, because last week's recording, there was no audio captured on the audio track whatsoever, so I had to dodgy things together. But you don't know anything about that. Anyway.
Not at all, no.
This week, we have Lightspeed Circuits. I don't know why they reference Lightspeed in it, but let's go with Lightspeed Circuits. So,
Sure, why not?
we have the Radar Transmission Network by Coverix. So, it might seem useful sometimes to send circuit signals over long distances, Personally, I've never used it for anything, but when we were playing testing a while ago, Boss Kid insisted that we include circuit wires in our rail blueprints because you never know when it might be useful. I felt uneasy about it because it goes against the coding principle of write it when you need it, as it adds bloat for something which might not be useful later. But I understand that if it actually becomes needed, it would be very hard to fix later. Now, Mojo, you have a whole bunch.
So much.
What?
Oh, it gets into the weeds of... So in software development, you have all these principles, and in a lot of software developers just apply them. They get the principle, and then they get it load it into a nail gun and just shoot it at everything.
Yes.
And never really think.
Yes.
And that's why I hate it.
Yes. Yeah. The whole write it when you need it thing, I disagree, but sure. You got a plan for the future.
I get it, but don't apply it to literally everything.
Sure. So, you have rail blueprints, and they come with the wires pre-attached for the circuit network in case you want to run a long circuit signal from somewhere to somewhere.
Yes,
and
communicate between bases and outposts.
Yeah, and I've used your blueprints for years, and I've used that wire feature maybe twice. Because I don't do a lot of things with circuit network. And having it compared to not having it, it's much easier to have it. And the best thing is it costs 0 UPS.
It costs literally nothing to include.
Yeah.
Which again is why, going back to the whole applying the coding principle, is that you're just applying it without thinking. It costs nothing.
It costs nothing.
But it's just beating it with a hammer.
But I have to say, if you decide you need it and you haven't been using Mojo's rail blueprints, and then you need to get a bit of wire, and it costs 1 wire to connect to every power pole through your whole rail network, and you apply it retrospectively, especially if you haven't been using blueprints, so not everything's nicely, neatly the same distance apart, so you can use the copy and paste from a blueprint to put the wire in free. It gets really annoying and really expensive really quickly. That was my little rant. So this is how their rail system looked just in case. To avoid this dilemma, we add a long request feature of a wireless circuit network, wireless circuit transmission using radars. So they just went away with the whole put the wires down the power poles.
Yeah, just screw the wires, just transmit it over radars.
Yeah, there are a lot of ways to do it, but we want to keep it simple, so we decided there is a single radar channel for each surface, still separated between red and green wires. This means you don't have to configure anything. You just connect the wire and you're ready to go. If the radar loses power, the circuit connection is severed.
Which is probably the one disadvantage to running the wire. So you've got a trade-off here. You can either run the wire and not worry about losing the circuit connection, or lose power and then lose the circuit as well.
Well, if you're losing power, there's probably something more serious that's going wrong.
Potentially, yes.
By the same token, I'm imagining it's not going to take people long to make a blueprint that has a radar, a small power pole, half a dozen solar panels, a couple of accumulators that you can stamp down that won't automatically attach to the rest of the power network to just power that radar.
Yeah, that leads into the next... It is a 1% problem.
It is.
And that is you're creating an independent network with a radar, and so that's a drain on UPS.
Well,
As
technically,
I say, that's a 1% problem.
Technically, the radar would be powered from both networks.
Technically, yeah, you could have, buffer it somehow.
Well, you could have a...
I say somehow, but there is a few ways to do it.
You could have a substation that covers the radar and then have a separate small powered network that also covers the radar, so the radar sits in both networks at the same time.
Yep.
And that works perfectly fine, and you can have all your circuit combinators in there as well, so it's in both of them at the same time, perfectly fine. But yeah, I feel like this is missing like a whole paragraph. Like we did this, and then I didn't use the blueprint, and then we needed wires, and then the wires were not there, and then I decided, well, screw this, I was just going to program into a radar so it was permanently solved for everybody.
I feel like there's just a big chunk of extra explanation that's just kind of missing.
Yeah, and on the cutting room floor.
Maybe some ranting that was cut or something.
Yeah, probably by somebody else who Covrex decided to not use the blueprint, and then somebody else applied a rant in the middle, probably during their playtest. Yeah. So then we have cutting wires. Since all of our circuit network improvements have motivated me to use it more these days, I get more and more annoyed by this problem. I want to move the bottom set of combinators, but if I do it with cut and paste, the wires between the two parts will be lost, and I have to rewire it. Yeah. So I became annoyed. And I just had to add this quality of life feature to make it so Blueprint remembers the outside wire connections and tries to reconnect them if possible. To minimize problems, these connections are only remembered if using the cut tool and are not and cannot ever be transferred into the Blueprint library or the Blueprint export string.
Which would make sense, because how do you store a connection to something that isn't stored?
Well, yes and no. So if you copy the whole set of combinators, all the wire conditions are saved. If you're
saved, but if you're copying part of it that has connection to something that isn't saved, then it doesn't make any sense.
Correct, but also brings me to the question: what happens if I cut this combinator and I paste it down, and then I paste it a second time? Does that mean I get that combinator now with two sets of wires going to the same location? Which I assume I do.
That's a good question.
Because
maybe it's smart enough, maybe it's not.
Well, if there's been lots of times.
It's been checked.
Well, there's been lots of times where you want to duplicate something. You want to put the same combinator in the same two locations over and over and over. If you're setting up multiple filters to pull one item out of a, long list of items coming in from the network. So the ability to cut and paste and cut, paste, and duplicate something 10 times with the same wire connections would actually be really helpful.
Yeah, it would be something potentially very useful. I mean, I can't see any reason why it wouldn't work.
It depends on how they've saved it.
Yeah, it just really depends on how it's implemented.
And depends on whether it's an exclusive one-off, and then once that's the one and done, that's it. You can't have another one plugged in. Yeah, and the GIF is not helping.
And more importantly, despite what people are crying, it's not the end of Piccadollies.
Oh, yeah.
This is a feature of Piccadollies.
Because this is a feature of a couple of different mods that allow you to physically move combinators and things around and maintain the wire connections. And yeah.
Maybe another one which lets you move wires, but Piccadollies I've seen called out specifically, but it does a lot of other stuff because it has the nudge feature and a bunch of other...
Piccadollies lets you literally
movement things.
Pick up a building and move it, up, down, left, right by a tile. Okay, a whole building or a whole set of structures. You've ever put that blueprint down as just off by a tile and you really don't want to deconstruct everything and move it over by a tile? Piccadollies, you just pick up the whole lot and move it over by a tile. No.
Just tell it to move over one tile and it's done.
Yep, no mass deconstruction.
I was just going to say, I mentioned it in the preamble. I use Piccadollies to build circuit network builds. Build out Expander and then crunch it down.
And then shove everything together. Yeah. Because Piccadollies maintains the existing wire connections.
Yeah. It'll even refuse to move if it reaches maximum length.
Oh, that's a nice feature.
Yeah, it's actually really good. That's why I use it.
It's probably going to be why people keep using it, because this feature won't. They'll let you put it anywhere, I bet.
It's got a lot of other features that are really useful.
Okay. And then we have the third part of this very, very long Friday Facts, which is light speed is too slow. So we need to go right to ludicrous speed. This is by our seeding, which we haven't heard from since, we got the announcement of Factorio 2.0 DLC expansion pack thingamajigbob coming in the not too distant future, we hope. There is no such thing as too fast in Factorio. From the first machine placed, everything is about making them faster. Faster belts, faster inserters, faster assembly machines, and speed modules make them even faster, but it's not enough. Next, you need to add beacons with speed modules, then another, and then another. But it's not enough. It's never enough. Mods push the numbers even more and run the limits of what the engine itself can handle. It's been reported a few times. He just lists 3 of them. It's been reported way more often than that. And every time because it's us sitting in the forum saying the answers, said roughly the same thing. Crazy numbers get crazy results. Unless the base game runs this, we don't want to make the crafting logic any more complex / fragile. Just don't do it. 1 craft per tick is fast enough. Which I think the fastest crafting in the game would be gears or iron sticks. Gears you would actually use. Full of speed. Tier 3 assembly machine, full of speed modules, surrounded by speed beacons. Which got the craft very fast. But well less than 1 craft per tick. because
You know the thing that's really funny about the links that that they give with the numbers is that one of the reports is actually from Boss Kid from before he was
before he was a bot, before he was dev. Yep.
Yep. So it's Boss Kid with a report and then RC replying with thanks for the reports.
Okay. But then Space Station happened, and with its legendary speed modules, and all of a sudden the base game problem, it's a base game problem, and it's time for me to eat crow and find a solution. So, handling the edge case, but don't make the main case slower. Conceptually, it's a simple fix. Loop the crafting logic if it needs to run faster than 1 craft per tick, but things are never that simple. In code-wise, years of optimization and features around assembly machines meant that any changes done had to have had a high likelihood of breaking something. I didn't fully understand what each line of code was supposed to be doing and what it was actually doing. For about 2 days, looking over the code, rearranging it, and writing comments, explaining parts of myself, I had a plan for how I was going to make it work. The final changes made everything functionally correct. It took about 1 hour to write and work correctly the first try. That's impressive. Impressive. That's not.
It is actually impressive. It even says the next sentence.
Yeah, it's not meant to
That's
happen.
not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Never happens.
Several extra tests later, and asking Boss Kid to try and break it, it was confirmed to be correct. The 2 days of analyzing and understanding the code, existing code, paid off. So now we have a Foundry which has the 50% speed bonus to start with, then has legendary speed modules, probably wrapped with beacons, also with legendary speed modules.
Oh yeah.
Crafting it, I don't know what speed, but there's 8 of the new bulk stack inserters outputting gears at the same time.
It's outputting 2 entire belts of stacked gears.
Well, they're also the new belts.
Yes, on the new faster belts.
So they run at what speed?
60 a second.
And
So
then
that's 120 a second right there.
not quite fully compressed,
Yeah, they're not quite fully compressed. And that's also not counting the actual stack as well.
but they're also stacked 4 high.
Yeah, they're stacked 4 high. So it's 4 times 100, just shy of 120. Maybe say 100 then.
Yeah.
110? 100, 110?
Let's go with 100. So it's 4 times 100, which is like, 400, and then there's 2 belts worth. Oh, no. Yeah. So it's still like 400, yeah. We're okay at 2 belts.
For one,
Fine.
I'm very keen for the Gear Factory to be a single foundry, just really pumping it away.
A legendary foundry crafting a crafting at a swift 2,500% speed, completing 4.3 crafts per tick. So, it's like 9 gears per second, roughly.
Is that including the productivity?
No.
Because I reckon that's got like 200% productivity at least.
No, I have no idea.
What is the base productivity of a foundry? It might not have the research. It depends on whether
I don't think it has a research one. I think it just has the base productivity of the foundry, which is 50% or something. I don't know. We'd have to look it up.
I think it was 50%. I'd have to check as well.
It's a lot. It's a lot of gear. It in theory means that maybe this will feed your underground belt assembler at full speed.
Maybe, probably won't.
At full speed, maybe. The only
It
issue.
is getting into Crastorio 2 sort of speed territory with singularity beacons.
Yeah. The underlying issue has been fixed as far as I can tell. The only limit of how fast they can now craft is how many ingredients the machine has and how much the space is available in the output slot. So the limit is per swing of multiple inserters. Well, actually, no. The new limit would be the output slot. So this has gears that has a max stack of 100. So it's 100 items per tick. Assuming you can wrap enough inserters around it to empty it every tick.
Yeah, it's just a limitation of wrapping it in inserters now.
Yeah. Both in and out. Yeah.
Well, it's interesting that the Foundry window is covering where the inputs are coming from.
Well, it's coming from liquid. So the liquid on the left-hand side.
True.
It's in there in the ingredients. So yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. That'd be you just use a the infinite liquid pipe from the map editor to feed it in.
Yep.
Feed in the molten iron.
So that's fast. That's fast. That's very fast. Yeah. And that's it. That's it. That's the whole Friday Facts, which just feels like it was missing a giant chunk around, hey, we added circuit network to the radars, which, don't get me wrong, great feature. I love the feature. I like it. I hate running the wires down the train tracks. I hate even considering using them. If they're in a radar, I'd actually use them, possibly.
I hate running the wires because of a stubborn brute force application of a coding principle.
Yeah, and moving...
I should add that I do actually agree with the coding principle. It's the idea of hammering it in literally everything that I don't like.
Stamping it into everything, yeah. And the cutting wires and moving combinators is, again, it's an awesome feature. It's now part of base games, so I would never install any of these mods that let you move these things around. And I don't use combinators enough to ever bother installing one of these mods to do this. But now it's part of base game. I actually
You're
use
an
it.
end consumer of the circuit network blueprints, so you get the end result.
Yeah, I do.
Down the blueprint.
I do. I don't
whereas
go around and build them.
blueprinters that make it need Piccadilly.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like there's a whole bunch of mods I've installed in my Dyson Sphere install that lets me make blueprints easier. Do I recommend other people install them? No. They're not needed. Not unless you want to spend a whole lot of time designing a whole lot of blueprints and you want a way to quickly upgrade all the belts, or you quickly upgrade all the sorters or the machines or anything like that. Or change a recipe, you know. They're features inside the mod that is why I recommend the mod if you're doing that. If you're an end consumer, no, you don't need them. And as for the radar thing, it's just a hint coming that we're going to give you a super duper radar that will send signals between surfaces. Because the radar is limited
I'm
to
expecting that to come.
one surface. Yeah. Well,
We should also add that this has the same functionality as another mod, wireless circuit network.
Oh yeah.
Wireless circuit network has multiple channels that you can link the transmitters and receivers to.
But that has a standalone building, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a dedicated transmitter receiver receiver building.
Yeah. Whereas this is just plugging in the normal radar.
This is just radar.
Also, this is going to be infinite range. So one radar in the middle of the map, one an outpost.
Yeah, it just links to the surface.
Yep. But yeah, it is a precursor to we're going to have something bigger and better, some sort of bigger directional radar dish that's going to aim at different places and therefore give us signals between surfaces. But I think that's it for this Friday Facts.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. As it turns out, it didn't cost anything.
Yep. And the next Friday Facts
Like
is
what I said last week.
403, which will be forbidden.
Yeah, that's the forbidden facts, which means you might get your biters, because that's the forbidden... Oh, no, the artillery sounds. That's the forbidden one.
Oh, yeah, artillery sounds. All right,
so the thing is, if I wasn't trying to be funny with the payment required, it'll be the microtransaction DLC one. I would have said it would just been some dumb miscellaneous things.
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't say dumb. It's not dumb. What I mean is just simple little things.
Yeah, look,
miscellaneous.
These are nice features to have. I feel like there was a giant chunk of information missing from the Friday Facts. But we're gonna leave this video here, and we'll see you guys next week for Friday Facts 403, the Forbidden Friday Facts. With my money still on biters. It's gonna be biters.
Oh, I don't even know what to predict this time.
Biters.
Biters? Should I go with the biters? It'll probably be a new... I'm sort of expecting a new planet thing again. So there is potential for biters. Or maybe just a higher level concept on different enemies. Especially because it's the forbidden one.
Forbidden one? Weapons. Okay.
Oh, weapons. Forbidden weapons.
Yep.
There's a good one.
Yep. That's our prediction for this week. We'll see you guys next week for Friday Facts number 403. Either way, we're going to leave it here as always. Thank you for watching. Do hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one. All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yes, Charles.
These are really good. Can I have?
Yes, dear.
Also, while you're coming in, do you need anything?
No, thank you, dear. Actually, I take that back. Can I have one of them?
Yeah.
With a blue lid or a red lid, please? Cool. Microtransactions is just a pain in the ass, and it's a no for me. We won't add microtransactions, yes?
Nah, they won't.
And again, gonna get here around 11,
Uh-huh.
12. I'm gonna do basic cleaning of my room, like vacuum.
Okay.
And do you have any painkillers?
No.
Is there any in your room I can get?
No. You'd have to ask Sarah.
She's still asleep, and I don't want to wake her up because she was a bit updated.
Yeah, no, I can't help you. You go up to the house, grab a drink. I'll have a look. Okay?
Okie day.
Why, what's wrong with you? Okay, cool. Alright, isn't it something 2 stack per tick? Because new output slots? No. 66 times 4.33 is 259.8 per second, plus 50% productivity. Or 25% productivity? Yeah. Red or a blue? Maybe it's 25%. Either way, it's ridiculously fast. Now Papa won't talk to turn to awkward positions when running cables. Yeah, it still will. And signals is cool. Thought fluids are forbidden. Oh, actually, maybe fluids. Because they have tried to tweak fluids 3 times and everybody's failed. All right, give me 2 seconds to see if I can find this for the child.
1, 2. Two seconds are up. We're at -2 now. Oh, fluids is the forbidden one. Yeah, that's the forbidden update. What else would be a forbidden update? So there's fluids. I suppose the belt optimization was one for a long time, but that's done now.
Unpause. Okay.
Another forbidden update is the fluids.
Yep. Yeah, fluids could be the forbidden one as well. How many types of fluid reworks? 2. 2 that we know of. Boss Kid tried to rework them with somebody, as did somebody else. For every game, fluid mechanics is the ultimate. I mean, somebody was asking the Satisfactory in the section of my Discord about fluids, and they were having some issue trying to get max throughput of water to run their coal factories. And the answer is,
Put a blue in there because it's still red in there.
okay, there you go. All right, bye-bye, child. Satisfactory, a 600 pipe does not move 600 fluid per minute, per second, whatever it is. So that's problem number 1. Problem number 2 is sometimes it moves 600, sometimes it doesn't move 600. It all depends on how it feels at the time. And also machines might need to consume X per tick, but they don't always consume X per tick. Sometimes they consume extra, sometimes they consume less. So the only way to fix fluids in Satisfactory is after your last T-junction for a fluid consumer, you add another T-junction that goes to a tank and the fluid consumer. That way, if the fluid consumer doesn't use the fluid, the excess goes to the tank. Satisfactory fluid is weird, no pressure. No. They all have pressure. That's why they have head height. And every game that wants to go and simulate fluids, I keep telling them, don't bother, just turn it to electrical network. Nobody cares that much. Just have it run like electricity. It just runs in all directions at the same time. Infinite throughput, let's go. Workers and resources, it seems to be, there are rules, like you need to have, there were rules with workers and resources when it comes to all factory connections. Like something needs to either push or pull. Otherwise you don't need, otherwise it doesn't move at all. But cabin industry has good fluid mechanic. It has better. It's not good. It's better.
It has functional fluid mechanics.
Yeah, they ignore the
Just
hard
don't use
things.
tier 1 pipe.
Well, all they did was worry about max throughput of a pipe. And technically, the fluid in a pipe is running on a belt. Mechanically, it's a belt. There's no sloshing, there's no pressure, there's none of that. It's just a belt that can only transport one item at a time. It's a belt. Oh, we're about to level up. I need 400,000 more experience. Which work? So really shit belt? No, it's a belt. It's a belt. Inside a tube that's round. Grim Bean, welcome back for 10 months. I would play your sound effect again, but I didn't press that button. And Streamlabs is broken again because OBS is unhappy. But I do appreciate that you are subs to JD. Yep, I appreciate it. Welcome back. Welcome back for 10 months, sir. DSP put fluids in a belt, which is a weird one. Technically, Captain Mystery did the same, except it's in a round tube. Still belt. It has belt mechanics. But it's a round tube. And it goes up and down. And lefty, righty. And splits. There's all sorts of weird things. But it's a tube. And a belt. Let's call it a pipe. Nope. Pipe can have multiple fluids. Pipe can have multiple fluids. Multiple fluids can exist in a pipe at the same time. So can a belt?
On a captive industry pipe.
It's one fluid in the belt at a time.
Oh, in a belt.
In a belt. Cabin industry pipe is one fluid on the pipe belt at a time. That is one fluid at the start and at the end.
One at a time.
There is no mixing.
It has to empty out the contents of the first one before it can put in the other one. I learned that the hard way when trying to dump stuff into the sea.
If you put a connector can have multiple fluids at the same time. So if you put the connector right at the end point where it connects into the fluid dump to the sea, then you can dump two fluids at the same time. I should probably turn back on the audio.
Probably. I should probably go do something.
No, do you really want to do something?
Not really.
You can tell me, do you own Cosmetia yet? Yes, no, maybe. Can you join us multiplayer tomorrow? Kevin, do you use junctions to cheat that? Wonder where I learned that. Looks at JD. Yeah, I just enjoy learning the mechanics of how a game works to looking for interesting ways where I can exploit those mechanics.
Creative use of game mechanics, not cheating or anything like that.
Like, I haven't mentioned, because I know it's still there, that if you take a seawater pump that goes to just the shallow one and then landfill it, it stops working. But if you use a deep water pump, which is just the one that's designed to be like 5 tiles up from the edge and then still reach the sea, and put those in and then landfill around them, they somehow magically still get water. Seawater. We don't question it. We just accept. I don't ruin games. Okay? If there is a problem with a game and the devs make it easy enough to report the bug, it's very important that they make it easy enough. Okay? I'm happy to provide video. I'm happy to provide save files. I'm happy to provide all the information they need. But they need to make it easy for me because I have other things to do. Like I'm not playing this out of my free time and enjoyment, and I'm posting a bug report because the game doesn't work for me, it crashes. I'm posting a bug report because I found the error, and I can provide them more than enough information than they normally would get, but they might have to put in some effort for it. But therefore they have to make it very easy for me to report the bugs. So I do. Photo bugs, breaker games, exactly. But there's been plenty of bugs for Capital History I didn't report. Because it's like, it's not worth the dev time. Like, you can have two fluids inside a connector at the same time, and that could potentially cause an issue, especially if one happens to be a fluid and one happens to be a gas. Could potentially cause an issue and screw up your whole factory. Not my problem. Especially breaker of the game on the UPS side. Yeah, we're down to 45-ish.
Just attach it to a gas vent. Problem solved.
If I drop
Also,
it
how
to
do you
1 to
manage
5,
to mix a liquid and a gas?
they're both going to pipe.
Oh, true. I suppose if you just join it into one big megabus, yeah, sure.
If you accidentally click the wrong pipe. So I
You
go
won't
down
be
to
able to do that
10
in the next
frames.
update.
No, you can. You can do it the next update.
Well, you can still do it, but it's a lot harder to do because the pipes are more.
The pipe's color coded now.
Yeah, they're all color coded.
So now you feel twice as dumb when you make the same mistake.
Exactly.
Yeah. So if I get 1 frame for every 5 processes, I get 10 FPS, but then 50 UPS. Yeah, we're gonna stay at 20 frames. Yeah. Okay, can that go away now? No? There we go.
One of these days, I do need to play Dyson Sphere again.
It's worth it, but I wouldn't recommend. Well, it depends. There's going to be another update where they add more. They did Dark Fog Part 1. Dark Fog Part 2 is coming. When is coming soon is a good fucking question. This update only took 2.5 years since they first announced it was coming soon. With a release date. Well, with an expected release timeline. And then it took them another 2 years. So, is the farm working better? Yeah, I'm parked in the middle of it. It's got to be working. I also
Has
removed...
to work, otherwise you're in a bit of trouble.
I also removed half the relays, and you're new. You need to go away. Can I... Space, enable... turn on, and make that go away, please. Cool, thank you.
So
Did a wonderful job.
What resources are you getting from the farm?
I am getting... actually, it's probably easier in this menu. I am getting magical yellow core elements, which make magical yellow fuel. So you remember the antimatter fuel rods that we had previously?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's the new improved version, which goes
this
from...
the next tier up, effectively.
Oh, yeah. This goes from 7.2 gigajoules with a recharge rate of 500% to 72 gigajoules worth of power per little glass vial. And a fuel chamber generation of 1,100%. Also,
that's ridiculous.
So it's a 10 times the amount of fuel, but only requires 8 fuel rods. Also, 1 bit of sparky stuff from farming Dark Fog. Pyramids, which go into making Dark Fog labs, which make science cubes 3 times faster. They don't research any faster, they just make cubes faster. Energy shards, which are used for like everything Dark Fog related, being the labs, also the assemblers, also the smelters. These 3, 2 of them are used, one of them is used, they're all used for like the lab, or the smelter, or the assembler. Or they need 2 of them. Yeah, so you need to have all these 3 as well in reasonable amounts. The smelter, so we have the stock smelter that does a crafting speed of 1. Then you had the the unipolar smelter that had a crafting speed of 2, which used 3 times the amount of power or something. Oh wait, you use 360 kilowatts to smelt materials. You use 1.44 megawatts, so 4 times the amount of power for double the crafting speed. So half as many smelters, but they craft twice as fast. And then we have the 3 times as fast smelter, which needs twice the power of the previous smelter. So you need a lot of power to run the damn things. A lot of power.
So it's almost like you need a Dyson sphere to power it.
Yeah. And then we have the tier 3 assembler, tier 4 assembler, which is twice the crafting speed, also a bit over twice the power consumption. Which is just, it's cutting down the amount of entities. It's like Factorio Plus.
Oh, Factorio Extended.
That's the name of it. Yep. So it's another tier of smelters, assemblers, and labs. And they all have a crafting speed of 3, irrespective of what the previous version had. So they just craft a whole lot faster. But you need to farm Dark Fog stuff for them. Alright, in saying that,
Yeah.
if you craft, well, smelter need 10 of the, I don't know, diamond-y thingy-majiggy bobs. So you craft 20,000, you farm 20,000, you're probably good for life. The assemblers need 10 of a different diamond-shapey thing. Again, you farm 20,000, you're probably good for life. And the labs need 10 and 20 of 2 of the different things. And again, you farm so much, you're good for life. Alright. The only one you need to have a constant supply of, really, is going to be the yellow sparky things, which is 1 per fuel rod.
Just to keep the economy going.
Yeah. Ships, can you please come back here? Yeah, I don't really want you going off and standing outside the base. Production stats. Oh. Science turned off.
Oh, that's not ideal.
That's not ideal at all. I am currently harvesting 200 per minute, and I'm using 57.
Is it building up a bit of a stockpile?
No, all the stockpiles are maxed out.
You weren't building up a stockpile.
Do I even have a yellow fuel rod saved somewhere? I don't think I do. Oh, I do. Here we go. Yeah, I'm making 55 per minute. I'm using 33. Yeah, production died. Production's restarted because a ship at some stage picked up another lot of 2,000. We're good. We're good. There is literally, like, there is nothing. We're still making the science.
It's just not making it as fast as it possibly could now? Or is it back?
It's a possibility. So the hash rate is what really matters, and I think this research just has a different hash rate.
Oh, that would make sense, yeah.
So there's like 100 million hashes for 112,000 science, and that's there's 105,000 cubes at 189 million hashes. So I think, yeah, I think these just hash at half the speed.
Yeah, that would make sense.
And the speed's going straight back up. Yeah. Did I disable?
Yeah.
No, I haven't disabled them. Fuck no. No, they still drop. Yeah, they still drop. If they're being dropped around here, one of these towers should pick them up. Every one of these towers should pick them up. Every one of these towers should pick them up. And shove them in here, and then they get shipped out. And, like, somebody's coming to pick them up right now. So they're being stockpiled somewhere. I just have no idea where. It makes a jar of piss. You can use power stuff. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, there's a lot of the galaxy I need to defend. Of course I'm pissing in a jar. Like, Amazon drivers have to do it. Of course Voltron has to. There's a lot of the galaxy to defend. But we now have level 56 hives. So that's taken 3 hours. Yeah. Okay. Exit to desktop. My hives don't seem to go above level 12. Go stand beside them. They'll level up real fast. What is the name of that mod? Alter the fog. Alter the fog. Alter the fog. Alter the fog. Edit config. Current multiplier for add a 0. Save. Okay. It's still at 1,500%. Yeah. And almost did. We're just gonna add a 0 on the end, you know, see what happens. That one, technically. So that shouldn't change yet. Nope. And then we get to say, can I load that game? Or is that outside parameters? Because I think I'm on the edge of the parameters. There you go. Solved! Wrong button. Map view, north. Stand right there. There we go. Units coming. Where is a base? Let's just click on a base. It's definitely counting higher. Yeah, there you go. Now we're leveling up. Oh, 120, 135, 160. Oh, yeah. That'll do the trick. Okay, turn on bright lights. Oh, that's right. I had to move over here. Can we make that go away, please? Beautiful. Oh, that's attached to a relay. Okay. And I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 relays active. Hive, could you send over more relays, please? Pretty please? Oh, it's my bots running off to repair things. Oh. That's what that noise is. Yeah, they're pissed. Going for 100, level 100 faster. I just want to have an idea. I want to have an idea of how long it's going to take. I also need to find out if there's some sort of mod I can install that'll just auto-click the next research. 128, 126, 132, 128. What's this one? 105. $160, $130, $140, 140, 150, 140. Okay, so we want to go for more robots, faster robots, more flying, more shields. And that takes up to 136. And my resources are down to 10%. Okay. There is a research mod. I want to exclude things as well. Because it might be just, I leave it as it was and I just let it, every night, open up Dyson Sphere, leave it running on screen overnight. The worst that's going to happen is I'm going to get overrun and then I'll die and then I just have to go back to autosaves. There's probably a mod to increase the research queue. Honestly, with how long it's going to take and the fact that I'm probably going to leave it running for hours overnight, I need auto queue tech. Online. Auto queue tech by Raptor. I'll make queues next based on a setting which is Mojo, did you write down when the Friday Fact started?
Not really. I was sort of... Normally you do that.
Thanks, mate.
You're welcome.
Message.
I mean, you did kind of surprise start it. You could outsource it to chat.
Oh, that's how it started.
I'll definitely give you the right answer.
That's how it started. People from chat were telling me when the Friday Fact started to make my editing life easier, but then I didn't see it till after I finished editing. Install the mod, reboot the game. Optional, modify configs to them, use the mod manager directly, blah, blah, blah. Mod kicks in when you research, you empty or after successfully reaching a research. Queues the tech which can be researched from the lowest tier of matrices. Least hash is required. Least research tech. Okay. I wonder if I can turn off. Because I don't want to research speed, because that's pointless. And I don't want to research ray receiver dissipation, because I don't care. It was after the previous ad break. Yeah, that's what I assumed. That's why I wrote. But we're 5 hours in, so I wrote after 4 hours. King of the Friday Facts! The shortest Friday Facts ever. Is that a koala? Yeah, it is a koala.
Apparently it is.
Yeah, I've got one hanging out beside me. It's wearing a noose.
Oh yeah, I need to send you the thingy.
It's wearing a noose. I didn't have a chance to take a photo, but it's wearing a noose. It's very happy with its noose. There, Chad did his job. To make Mojo send me an address so I can send me a fucking koala. No, Chad did not do the job. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Also, I think it is actually time to go do things.
17. I'm missing 17 relays. No problem, mate.
You're missing 17?
Yeah, I need 17 more friends to show up. And attach the planet.
Alrighty.
And have more friends show up every wave. Because friends are better. Later, mate. I will...
Farmer's better with friends.
The
yes.
farmer's better with friends. Yeah. It also means the farm back on Pride is also taking a pounding. Because it's also going to level up at... It was 15 times normal speed. Now it's 150 times normal speed.
Ooh,
Yeah. Oh, difficulty is now 3,842%. Well, difficulty full multiplayer level thing. Cool. BTG with a goon sack? I've heard his kids. I don't blame him.
Anyway, how was going? See ya.
All right, later, mate. Bye.
Bye-bye.